One of the island boys is sitting in jail right now after being caught with an altered firearm and drugs. But this isn't just another celebrity arrest. It's the culmination of years of warning signs that everyone ignored. In this video, I'll show you how Frankie's own brother tried to save him years ago, the shocking footage of him pulling a gun on Jack Doherty, and why this arrest might be the end of the island boys for good. Before we get into Frankie's current arrest, you need to see this shocking footage from when Jack Doherty visited the Island Boys' house. What started as a typical content collab quickly turned dangerous when Frankie felt disrespected. Did you see how quickly that escalated? Jack went from talking trash to complete silence when Frankie came back with a gun. This wasn't just for show. Frankie was genuinely threatening Jack with a deadly weapon on camera. What's even more disturbing is that nobody seemed to take this seriously at the time. The internet treated it like just another crazy streamer moment, but it was actually a massive red flag showing Frankie's willingness to use firearms to intimidate people. Think about it. Most content creators might get angry during collaborations, but they don't run upstairs and grab a firearm. This extreme reaction shows a dangerous pattern that's been building for years, and it's exactly this kind of behavior that has now landed him behind bars. Jack Doherty later spoke about this incident, saying he genuinely feared for his life in that moment, and while Jack has been in plenty of controversial situations himself, even he recognized that Frankie had crossed a serious line. But here's what makes this current arrest so much more serious than his previous troubles. Just a few days ago, Frankie Venegas was booked into the Collier County Jail in Naples, Florida. His mugshot showing all those signature face tattoos has been circulating online since the news broke. According to police records, Frankie is facing 2 serious charges: possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and possession, sale, or delivery of an altered firearm. These aren't minor offenses. The altered firearm charge is particularly serious because it suggests the weapon was modified in some way, possibly to make it more dangerous or harder to trace. This could mean filing off serial numbers, converting it to automatic fire, or other illegal modification. His court date is set for March 17th, 2025, and if convicted, he could be facing significant prison time. This isn't like his previous arrests, where he got away with a slap on the wrist. What's even more telling is how quiet Frankie's team has been. No statements, no explanations, nothing. It's almost like they know this time is different. Social media has been flooded with reactions to his arrest. One user commented, "Demon oppressed," while another joked, "He looks like the Statue of Liberty." Others mocked his viral song lyrics, saying, "I'm a prison boy" instead of "I'm an island boy." These jokes highlight how Frankie's public image has deteriorated from viral sensation to criminal punchline. His face tattoos, once his trademark for fame, are now being used to identify him in a mugshot. But to understand why Frankie keeps finding himself in these situations, we need to look at his pattern of behavior that's been building for years. This isn't Frankie's first run-in with the law. His rap sheet has been growing steadily over the years. One of his most infamous incidents happened when he was pulled over for reckless driving. Instead of cooperating with police, he tried to lie about his identity and claimed someone was trying to shoot at him. "You guys don't understand, I'm going to jail for no reason," he claimed in the footage, but the reality was clear. He was driving recklessly without a valid license and provided false information to police. When officers investigated his claims about being shot at, they discovered the people he accused simply recognized him as a famous rapper and wanted to talk to him, but Frankie's response was to escalate the situation and lie to officers. He's also been arrested for domestic battery and operating a vehicle without a license. Each time, his behavior follows the same pattern: aggression, lying, and refusing to take responsibility. What's particularly concerning is that Frankie often uses his brother Alex's identity when he gets in trouble. In the car you just saw in the clip, Frankie was caught using his brother's identity because his own license was invalid. This pattern of identity deception shows how he tries to escape consequences by dragging his brother into his problems. Legal experts have pointed out that this history of prior offenses will likely impact how the court handles his current charges. Repeat offenders typically face harsher penalties, especially when firearms are involved. What's fascinating is that while Frankie keeps getting into trouble, his twin brother Alex seems to be trying to distance himself from this lifestyle. And there's one incident that perfectly illustrates the difference between these two brothers. If you want to understand the stark difference between the Island Boy twins, you need to see this clip. During a live stream, an 18-year-old girl wanted to join Alex's stream. Watch how differently the brothers handled the situation. Did you catch that? Alex immediately shut it down. He refused to let a young girl participate in his stream for money. He was protective and responsible, saying, "No, I'm being dead ass, bro. She's 18 years old. You have a nice day." Frankie, on the other hand, didn't have the same reaction. He later tried to cover it up by claiming the girl told him she was over 18, but the video speaks for itself. This single moment reveals everything about their characters. While they may look similar with their matching colorful hairstyles and tattoos, their moral compasses point in completely different directions. Former friends of the duo have come forward saying that Alex has been trying to clean up his act for years, while Frankie continues to surround himself with negative influences. One source close to the brothers claimed that Alex has been worried about Frankie's spiral for months, but couldn't get through to him. This growing divide between the twins isn't just about personality differences, it's about two different paths in life, and it's become increasingly clear which path leads to jail cells and which leads to stability. What many people don't realize is that the Island Boys aren't just dealing with legal troubles, they're also dealing with a broken brotherhood. At the height of their fame, the twins were making around $40,000 per day. That's right, per day. But that income has reportedly dropped to barely $100 now. With their income drying up, but their expensive lifestyle continuing, tensions between the brothers reached a breaking point. After some beef between them, Alex went live with his wife and revealed that Frankie, Kodia Cred, had become homeless and was evicted from their house. The brothers started publicly fighting on social media, each blaming the other for their downfall. "I'm a targeted individual," Frankie claimed in one heated exchange. "You don't like it because you're not targeted just like me. You want to be just like me." Alex fired back, "I made Island Boys. You made Island Boys? I'm the one that told you, let's get in the Airbnb. I'm the one that created you to change it off." If you watch Frankie in this clip, you can see exactly why he keeps getting into trouble. His aggressive behavior, his refusal to take responsibility, and his constant need to prove himself are the same traits that have led to his multiple arrests. Industry insiders have suggested that Alex has been meeting with managers about potential solo projects, trying to rebrand himself away from the Island Boys image. These efforts have reportedly accelerated since Frankie's latest arrest, as Alex realizes the Island Boys brand might be permanently tainted by his brother's legal troubles. With Frankie now facing serious charges that could send him to prison, the question everyone's asking is, what does this mean for the future of the Island Boys? The Island Boys rose to fame in 2021 with their viral hit, "I'm an Island Boy." Their distinctive look and catchy, if somewhat mocked song made them internet sensations overnight. But that fame has been fading, and this latest arrest might be the final nail in the coffin. With Frankie potentially facing prison time and Alex seemingly wanting to distance himself from their shared brand, we might be witnessing the end of the Island Boys as we know them. The charges Frankie is facing are serious. The altered firearm charge alone could result in significant prison time, especially given his prior record, and unlike his previous legal troubles, this time the evidence appears to be substantial. Legal experts who have reviewed the case suggest that Frankie could be looking at anywhere from 2 to 5 years if convicted on both charges, particularly because of the firearm modification. Florida takes weapon charges seriously, and judges are often less lenient with repeat offenders. Content creators who previously collaborated with the Island Boys have started to speak out. One former friend mentioned that Frankie had been spiraling for months, and that attempts to help him were met with aggression and denial. For Alex, this might actually be an opportunity to break free from the Island Boys image and establish himself as a solo creator with a different approach. Some industry analysts believe he could successfully rebrand if he distances himself from his brother's legal troubles and focuses on more positive content. The story of the Island Boys is a classic cautionary tale about viral fame, rising to the top overnight, making thousands of dollars a day, and then watching it all crumble because of poor decisions and legal troubles. Alex still has a chance to rebuild his life and career separate from his brother's troubles. But for Frankie, this arrest could mean the end of his time as a free man, let alone as an internet celebrity. What's most ironic about this whole situation is that the very things that made the Island Boys famous, their outrageous appearance and behavior, are the same things that contributed to their downfall. The persona that Frankie created for entertainment became impossible to separate from his real life, with real consequences. As we continue to follow this story, one thing is clear: viral fame without a foundation of responsibility and good decision making is a recipe for disaster. The Island Boys' rise and fall will likely be studied as a warning for future internet celebrities about how quickly it can all disappear. If you thought this arrest was shocking, wait until you see what happens in this next video. The clips you're about to watch will leave you speechless.